This video was recorded live before a canned studio audience. It's Friday Night Movie Reviews, and here they are, Chris and Keith.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Keith.
I'm Chris.
And this is Friday Night Movie Reviews. Thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate you being here with us. We love to review the movies for you and let you know what's going on and let you know our opinion. Whether our opinion counts or not, we still like to give it to you. So we went and saw a movie.
We did.
And this movie is one in many of a franchise. We went and saw
Jurassic World Rebirth, or AKA Jurassic Park 7.
Right, Jurassic Park 7. Which, I mean, I don't really call them the Jurassic Worlds. I still call them the Jurassic Parks because that was the original.
They're still made by the same people,
Right.
produced by the same people. Same
And it still
company.
has the same little iconic silhouette background kind of thing.
Yeah,
So.
it has the same fanfare music from the original film.
Right.
So, I mean, it's just like, yeah, it's really just Jurassic Park.
The Tyrannosaurus Rex still shows up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they have to have the obligatory T-Rex
Yeah.
scene. That's
Right.
required.
Right.
And don't worry, this movie, sorry, spoilers, has a T-Rex scene in
It does have a T-Rex scene. So you are not going to be disappointed if you don't see one because you are. Okay, so this movie, the basic premise of this movie is, let's lay it out for them. Go ahead and explain.
Okay, so they took the playbook from Aliens. You have a company that wants dino DNA from 3 distinct species in order to help make a medicine for like heart, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was specifically mentioned that it would help all kinds of things.
Okay, so it's kind of like a cure-all situation.
Right.
Okay.
More like a cure-all kind of thing.
I don't
But
know.
it's-
My brain, for some reason, just kept saying heart, because that seems to be always brought up in a lot of different things. Like,
Right.
oh, he needs a heart transplant.
Right.
But so yeah, it's a pharmaceutical company, and they want to use this dino DNA because apparently, the strength of like the dinosaurs or whatever, they have like a prolonged life cycle, and they're
prolonged
like,
lifespan.
so they want to use that in order to make vaccines that will help people live longer and
Right.
stuff. And
However, the catch-all to this is they can't just go and shoot one and take the DNA.
yeah,
It has to come from a live specimen.
and they have to put it on like cold ice immediately, like
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
they can't kill the dinosaur. It has
Right.
So it has to be living, breathing, all that good stuff. So 3 distinct species. So they try to, the CEO or one of the big wigs of this company, this pharmaceutical company, they hire out these mercenary type people to get the job done, which is Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali. They're like the main 2 leads of the film.
Right.
And then I forget the scientist, his name. I forget what his name is.
Yeah, I forgot his as well. But they go to the island, and of course this is another island in the series. This is where we're not really spoiling anything here, so don't turn us off. This is basically an island where they put the most dangerous
Yep.
dinosaurs.
Yeah,
Now,
it was like R&D type
Right.
place. So in the original one, you had the main park island. You had Issa Nora B, which is where they bred the dinosaurs. And now this is a separate island where they did research and development. And came up with dinosaurs that never existed. So more than likely, this is where, from the previous film, this is where Indominus Rex came from.
Now, haven't we heard this line of the most dangerous dinosaurs are here? Haven't we heard that before?
Yeah, each time we go to a new island,
Each time there's a movie,
yeah, it's like, oh no, these are more dangerous.
these are the most dangerous.
Yeah.
These are the most dangerous dinosaurs. No, wait a minute. We got another movie coming out, and these are the most dangerous dinosaurs. Those are playtime dinosaurs.
And I'm like, Didn't the other movies establish there were only 2 islands, and now there's a 3rd island?
Right. A
'Cause this
4th
one-
island, a
Yeah.
5th island. How many movies we got now?
7.
7.
So I guess there's
7 islands.
Yeah. I'm just like, islands in the stream, apparently, at this point. I'm just like, what? Okay. So it's like, have we heard this plot before? Yes. Yeah. And
Jurassic Universe, Jurassic Park 47. 47 islands later.
Yeah, and it's really become that point. This movie's just like, all right, we're just going to keep doing the same thing over and over again, but we're going to have the most dangerous dinosaurs.
The most dangerous dinosaurs of any movie yet.
Yep. Until part 8 comes out.
Until part 8.
Yeah.
And then those are the most dangerous dinosaurs.
So they strategically put this out on the 4th of July weekend. So if you're watching this way in the future, just to know that was their strategy, because there was movies coming out weeks after this that are going to be major competitors. So they had a 5-day weekend basically with this film, and they were the number 1 movie this weekend. They made $91.7 million. I think worldwide the total's $180 million so far. So it still did okay by like newer moderate terms, because movies have just not been performing as well as they used to, because people are just like, well, I can just wait 3 months and it'll be on streaming.
Exactly. Kind of like my son was with this. He was all pumped up to go with us to go see it, but then when it came time to go see it, I'll just wait until it comes out on video, or I'll wait until it comes out on streaming, because it's only going to be probably a few weeks and it's out. So in the movie, you have, like Chris was saying, the mercenaries who are hired to go and help to find these most dangerous dinosaurs ever, and to get these samples of their DNA, of their blood, and stuff like that, so that the medications can be made by Big Pharma. All right, so. Not going to spoil anything, because you really didn't see part of this in the trailer, but they meet with, not only do they meet the dinosaurs, but they meet with some hardships along the way, of course. That's just the way it goes with these dinosaur movies. You have this perfect plan that is going to work out and is going to be great, and then lo and behold, oh, surprise! The dinosaurs just messed it all up, and everything just goes awry. So there is a part of this that we are not going to mention that does kind of cause things to go awry, but everything, I'm not even spoiling anything by saying this. Everything kind of works out in the end.
Yeah, because it has to be wrapped up in a pretty bow at the end. These can't end on a down note.
Right, you can't have the dinosaur eating just about everybody and killing everybody but 1 or 2 people like in Aliens.
Now you're thinking with a completely brand new cast that hasn't been in any of the movies, and you have no prior people coming back from any of the other ones.
Right.
What do is the plot move forward at all? Like the overarching plot of like all these 7 movies, there is something, but I don't want to spoil that.
They don't really hardly even mention any of the former characters. They make mention of certain events.
Yeah.
And they make mention of certain things, but they don't really mention any of the former characters. It's almost as if they're trying to either A, wipe the slate clean and start over new, or you can make the movie, you can have the name, but you can't use or mention any of the characters. That's almost what it seemed like.
Yeah, the only one, and I don't think it's a spoiler, say that they do mention like Alan Grant's name.
They did.
And the only reason they do that is because the guy with the glasses apparently worked for him at some point in his career.
Right.
And so that was like the only kind of like loose connection they could possibly have.
Right.
And but yeah, because at first people were like wondering, well, is this a reboot or does it fit in with the other 6 movies? It's not a reboot as it turns out, but it could be, because they don't really mention any of the other characters or anything like that.
Right.
And I think they did that on purpose, just in case this movie didn't do well, so they could shoehorn in the old characters again if these movies start going downhill.
Kind of like they did with the last movie, where they put
Everybody.
original characters back into the movie. So you may be right with that. You may be right. So that's the basic premise of the movie. You have mercenaries that are hired by a big pharma, mercenaries and a scientist that are hired by big pharma to go in and to get this DNA. Now the thing is, you may be wondering, well, the last movie they let the dinosaurs loose, and the dinosaurs were running around in the world, and that's the reason why it was called Jurassic World. Same thing here. Yes, and not really giving anything away with this, but the dinosaurs are loose in the world, and they do end up, I mean, like a deer running across run in front of your car or something like that. They do end up in places where they might not really belong.
Yep, and it's almost like the world has adjusted to them. It's just
Right.
like as normal as seeing a deer or
Oh,
something.
it's a brontosaurus walking by.
Well, I'm going to be late to work.
Yeah, it's holding up traffic,
Yeah.
and that's exactly the way it is. But the thing is, the one thing that is happening, and the reason why they have to go to the island, and they kind of bring this out in the trailer anyway. The dinosaurs are getting sick.
Yep. Yeah, they're not, because apparently they're not used to our climate because it's a lot colder than what they're used to.
Right.
There's obviously different viruses. There's different plants that they didn't eat when they were alive in the first place. So a lot of changes have happened in our world, with everything. So
the dinosaurs are getting sick, and the dinosaurs are dying, and unfortunately, some of these dinosaurs wander into the city and die or get sick on like really major roads during really major rush hours.
Yeah, and that's really like
which can throw things off.
That's kind of what I alluded to a minute ago with like moving the plot forward. So in case you're wondering, well, whatever happened to all those dinosaurs that got loose, you're going to get answers in this film.
Right.
So they at least do cover that.
Exactly.
But you're not going to learn about like, well, what's Owen up to? Or
right. So if you have questions about Owen, if you have questions about maybe the little girl that was cloned,
nothing.
We're just left to wonder because those characters are not even mentioned.
And believe me, if this movie doesn't do well, they have them on speed dial. They're like, "All right, we need you for another one."
Right.
Like,
we're making 8. Would you like to come back?
And of course, he's like, "Well, all right, let's do it." It's a paycheck. And believe me, like. And a lot of people are like, oh, it's because the stars are in this one is the reason why it made money. I'm like, no, people just love dinosaurs.
No.
And that's the reason why they've been able to make 7 of these movies.
Right.
But, it's, if you're expecting anything like new or spectacular,
you're not really going to find it in this.
No.
You have the big monstrous dinosaur that gets loose, and I'm not ruining anything because if you've seen the other 6 movies, then you've basically seen things with this. You have the big monstrous dinosaur that gets loose and wreaks havoc, and you have the other little dinosaurs that are causing problems and along the way and things to that effect, and then you have other things that happen. I mean, so let's get into what we actually thought about this movie.
Yeah.
For me, I'm not saying that this was a bad movie. I do think it was done well. The dinosaurs looked real.
Yeah.
The special effects were good. It didn't look too much like green screen kind of stuff. But if you've seen the other 6, you've basically seen this one. Just throw in the storyline of they're going to get DNA for pharmaceuticals.
That's it. Yeah.
And you've seen this movie because you've got the like I said, the whole telltale thing with the big monstrous dinosaur that gets loose and causes trouble, and then you don't see him until the end. And then you have the other dinosaurs that cause minor problems, and of course, you have some of the people that are along the way that are being eaten by the dinosaurs and things to that effect. And that stuff is kind of gross.
Yeah, so I mean, if you've seen the other six, you kind of know if you can take what age kids you can take. This one
Right.
don't have like a lot of blood and stuff. Like you see the dinosaurs grab them, kind of chomp on them,
Yeah.
but there's no like blood or guts coming out of it.
Right.
And they cut away from it so fast, like after they grab the people, that you're not really seeing when someone really dies.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even I would even say that this one is a little less graphic than
some of the older
the
ones.
original,
Yeah.
because in the original you had the Tyrannosaurus Rex busting through the toilet and grabbing the lawyer and
Yanking him.
swinging him around in his
Yeah.
mouth before he ate him.
Yeah.
You really didn't see a whole lot of that in
so
this one.
So they really did cut it back so you could take the smaller kids to see it. There really wasn't that much language in it that I recall.
I don't really remember a lot of language either.
Yeah, and there was no adult situations because
No.
none of the Jurassic Park movies have had that.
Right.
So
right.
there wasn't any like innuendo jokes or anything
Mm-mm.
like that made. So it's really appropriate. You can probably bring most kids to see this.
Right. Just kind of judge your own kid with it, because
They get scared easily by big creatures.
Yeah,
That'd be the only,
and if you really don't want your kids seeing seeing people being eaten by monstrous dinosaurs, then you may not want to take them to see this, because it does happen. It don't happen as frequently as in the other movies, but it does happen.
There's no end credit scene. I want to make sure.
No.
So you can get up, go. There's nothing.
Right. There's nothing.
They follow how the other ones have done. There's been no end credit scene, so
Right.
they followed in suit. So they haven't changed the formula, and that might be part of the thing when watching Seven is like, you like beat for beat, you knew it was going to happen.
Right.
It was very predictable.
Yeah, it's a very predictable movie, and that's one of the things I was going to bring up about what I thought about it. It is very predictable. If you've seen like I said, if you've seen the others, you've seen this one. Just throw in the storyline that they're going to get, they're going to get the DNA for the drugs, and that's it. So this movie has been done, and it has been done 6 times before this one. The whole thing of, we've made that you see on social media where they're talking about cloning dinosaurs. Haven't we seen 6 movies about dinosaurs being cloned and what happens when you do that? Well, it's the same thing with this. I mean, you've seen 6 movies before that had nearly the exact same plot. You know that they're gonna do something stupidly spectacular, and you know that the dinosaurs are gonna find some way to mess it up, because they always do. And that's the basic premise of the movie. So for me, I would give this it was a fun movie. I will say that. It was fun. It was dinosaurs. I mean,
Yeah.
doggone, I'm a dinosaur fan. I love dinosaurs. But as far as storyline, as far as plot, it's been done over and over and over and over and over, and now we're eating the leftovers from all of that, and I'm kind of tired of the leftovers.
Yeah.
So it's been done too much. To me, this needs to be the last one. It ends on a good note, and it needs to just go away off into the sunset and be left at that. I would give this movie probably a pretty low rating because of the fact that it has been done so much. I mean,
Yeah.
back in the day, we thought Jaws was done too much.
Oh yeah, this is getting up there with like Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
At this point, like
Right.
you've seen everything Jason can do. You pretty much have seen everything these dinosaurs can do.
Exactly.
As much as I love dinosaurs, and it pains me to say that, but I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm like, predictable. And I laughed at something that you predicted was going to happen, and
Oh, yeah.
and that was probably the highlight of the movie for me because I just busted out laughing when it finally did happen.
There were like 2 things in this movie that I called before they, like, several minutes before they actually happened.
Yeah, and it was just those ended up being the highlights, and they shouldn't have been.
And one of them, when you see it, you'll be like,
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's gonna happen.
that's what they're talking about.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, and of course,
If you think it's gonna happen. That's how predictable it is.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's just nothing really new or unique. Like I said at the beginning, it just, I don't know. It was just very, average, on point. But like I said, it was a well acted movie. Like the special effects were fine. I didn't have an issue with that.
Right.
But it's just like the whole time I'm like, I've seen this before.
Right.
I feel like I'm watching a rerun.
Now, to me, and I know they had to do this for character development, but to me, they could have probably shortened the movie a little bit if they had taken out some of those scenes where, oh, well, let's let them get to know the characters. I'm sorry.
They just weren't very interesting characters.
The characters were not, right. The characters were not interesting. And I wanted to see the dinosaurs. I didn't care.
Yeah.
I didn't care about their personal lives and what led them up to this point and this kind of thing. I didn't care about that.
Because there was no payoff with it.
No.
Was, it's like, why are you telling us if there's not going to be any like payoff to it?
Right. It didn't add anything to the story. So it wouldn't have taken anything out if you had cut it out.
Yeah. And honestly, if it hadn't been for the dinosaurs eating people, it would have got really boring and really stale very quickly.
It would have.
I was like, at one point, I'm like, okay, I get it. You've had tragedy. You guys are mercenaries.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have done things for pennies and really haven't made your mark.
Right.
Like
exactly.
I was getting that feeling from the story, and I'm like, okay, get eaten now.
Right.
Like,
right.
You know,
where are the dinosaurs at? Come on, cue dinosaurs to cause havoc and make it interesting.
You know, and I was watching one review for this movie today, and she was like praising like the acting from ScarJo and Mahershala Ali, and I'm like, they didn't do anything special in this movie I hadn't already seen.
They didn't, and really, to tell you the truth, I'm sorry, but she was basically Black Widow in a tank top with a machine gun.
Yeah, she don't really have much depth of an actress.
Right.
I mean, granted, her performance was not wooden at any point, but I'm
right.
just sitting there like, yeah, that's exactly how she plays Black Widow. Like
exactly,
she kind of has the acting range of Chris Pratt. Unfortunately, as much as I love Chris Pratt,
but I will give her kudos for this. She never once in this movie did the superhero.
Yeah, she didn't do
jump stance.
Yeah, she didn't do the superhero landing. They didn't make her a Mary Sue. Like she did make mistakes in the film, and so I mean that was nice.
So if you were to rate this movie, how many Pepsis would you give this movie?
Mostly for just have seen it so many times and everything. I'm thinking like I'm gonna be generous and say like a 6.5.
6.5. Okay, yeah. You're gonna be a lot more generous than me. I would give this movie probably about a 4.5 or a 5. Okay, and it's simply because if you've seen the other 6, you've seen this one. That's just all there is to it. But don't get me wrong. It is a fun movie. It's dinosaurs, but you're sitting there and you know, okay. That one's going to die. That one's going to live. These are going to live. Those are going to die. I mean, you just know. You know it right from the very beginning when you first see them, you know.
And yes, they did shoehorn in kids in this movie again.
Yeah.
Can we not have a Jurassic Park movie that doesn't have kids shoehorned into it?
Right, exactly.
For once, I'm thinking, oh, it's mercenaries. They're not going to have any kids in this. No, they rescue a family in this movie, and I'm like,
well, that was one of the things that I was gonna leave out and leave as a surprise, but
no,
no,
because you see them in the trailer. They show the kids in the trailer, so it's like, well. Surely those kids are not mercenaries. Like, where did they come from? So there you go. They you know. So,
Chris gives it like 5.5 Pepsis. I would give it probably somewhere between a 4.5 or 5 popcorns, and that's just the way it is. Is it trash? Is it worth your cash or is it trash?
This one's kind of iffy. Like we saw it because we have Regal Unlimited, but like if I didn't. This is one of those ones I probably could have just waited to see at home, honestly.
Right.
Like save your money and just watch it on streaming.
So I would say it's not total trash, but it's not really worth your cash either. So don't go to the theater to see it. Wait till it comes on streaming, or if you already have if you're like me, if you have the other ones already on Blu-ray, and you want to add it to your collection, which I probably will simply because I have the others.
Yeah.
Then wait for it to come on Blu-ray and watch it at home. But it's really not worth going to see the theater to see, especially when there are other movies coming out that are probably more worthy of your cash,
Yeah.
which we don't know yet because we haven't seen those.
Yep. Stay tuned. Wink,
Yes,
wink.
stay tuned.
Shameless plug.
Exactly. Shameless plug. Love that. Well, there's our cue to go.
Yep. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification for when our next video drops. Leave us a comment. What did you think about this movie? Are you going to see it in theater? Wait for streaming? Let us know. And as always, thank you for watching.
Thank you so much. Yes. Listen, wait for it to come out. Don't go to the theater. But you know, if you want to go and see a movie, if you just love dinosaurs like we do, head to the theater and see it. Just gather a bunch of friends together, though. Don't go and see it by yourself, because you might be a little depressed. Just go and see it with a bunch of friends and be rowdy. And when you do go to see it, remember, enjoy your movie.
There you go.